for me, but I understand what Pinterest is just from a user standpoint. Like even for me, just using the platform, I'm not necessarily going to go on to Pinterest and purchase anything. I'm going to go on to Pinterest to find things that will necessarily take me to their website, or their blog post or their landing page or whatever, where I can consume the content and find out more things about them. And then if I feel like their quality is good, like their stuff is sound, then I'll purchase at that point. But just from cold traffic, I won't just purchase from Pinterest. And I know a lot of people don't either, just because it's kind of like a search engine as well. It's like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. I want to get ideas on this. I want to do this. So
totally agree. I still think though there's a lot of potential in top of funnel lead gen, because you have people who are looking for something.
Absolutely. So if you have clients like with tons and tons of content, and they have the pages built out, or say they do blog posts or whatnot, then you can drive them and do the pins and drive them to the blog posts individually. And that's what they were doing for me, is driving to, because I have tons and tons and tons of content. And so they were doing like 10 or 15 posts per piece of content, just to see which ones would hit best. So it's a numbers game. It's just all of it is, I feel. Yeah. Is your client getting good success on Pinterest, or is it just she's just starting out?
So I actually have quite a few. I've also been a business coach in a large coaching program for the last year. So I have a lot of connections through that. And many of them are fitness coaches. So that's, I think, the biggest gold mine for Pinterest is weight loss offers, because you have tons of women who are searching for diet recipes.
Yes.
And so we're having an easy time getting them to landing pages. But then it's like, well, then what? They thought they needed a diet recipe, which we know you're not one diet recipe away from losing 20 pounds. Like,
correct.
There's a lot more. So that's sort of the part that I'm struggling figuring out, is what's the best way to take this cold traffic person who's, in this case, overweight, knows she's overweight. How do we get her to want to get on the phone with a fitness trainer to talk about?
Maybe the fitness trainer needs to offer some low cost remedy to help her. Maybe it's a 30-day guide. Maybe it's a 7-day workshop for low ticket. So like maybe $20, maybe $49, something low ticket, so they can get a taste of what they're going to experience at a high ticket offer.
Good idea. Like a challenge.
A lot of people want the low ticket tidbits so that they can just see how the training is going to go, see how they're going to mesh with this coach or this person, see if they're going to understand and validate them, because for me, it took me a very, very long time to find a coach that didn't just say I was crazy or whatever, because I haven't been able to lose weight in 15 years. Like, I've done the things, I've done the workouts, I did the hardcore training, I did the eating, I did the fasting, I did all of those things, and I would gain more weight. And I had my thyroid checked. I was on medical weight loss supplements and pills. I went to see holistic therapists. I did the whole thing, all of them, and not just for like a week or two. Like, this was like months. One of them was like over a year, and there was no success. The scale just kept going up. And it wasn't that I was worried about the weight, but I could tell that it was fat. It wasn't muscle. It was fat that I was still gaining. And I tried this new eating thing. It just felt right. So I just tried it. And it's currently I'm on the carnivore. I don't know if you've heard of that one. But it's where you eat like lean cuts of, or not lean, but like fats and different things like that from beef or animals with 4 stomachs and different things like that. So I've done my research on it and I understand all that, but I'm actually losing weight now without even working out at this point. And I feel amazing. I have no aches and pains. My mental clarity is through the roof. So it's just a matter of, in my perspective, it's a matter of finding what resonates with your client, with their bodies, because not one body is going to be the same as another body. Like, it just doesn't. So having the clients and stuff that also, or your fitness instructors and stuff, having the mental capacity to accept like all these different things and say, okay, well, have you tried? Where are you going? Blah, 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 blah. And doing all that, which I'm sure that they probably do. Most
You
of
brought
them
up a great
are.
point, though. If we have a filter of a low ticket offer that appeals to a broader group, but it's not a big investment, then
Correct.
within that they can prospect from this.
Correct.
So, okay.
That will
And
help.
for a lot of like for business coaching, a low ticket course fits. Like, oh, I'll teach you this one like tactic or something.
Right.
For fitness, though, I'm curious. We have to come up with some ideas on what would be a great low ticket fit. I mean, recipe books is one thing you can sell, but
right. And I always try to go to not necessarily. So there's the old adage where it goes, give them what they want, sell them what they want, give them what they need. Because what they need is not another like recipe. What they need is the foundational aspects for the weight loss. Like it's the mindset. A lot of it is for the weight loss. But it's like you can't tell somebody, hey, you need to check your mindset. Because most of them are like, who the F do you think you are? Like, don't tell me what I need. So you're right. In the fitness industry, it's so much harder because you have to like walk on pins and needles unless your clients are the kind that don't really care and they bring that personality out. It's like, there's a lot of them in the space that are just like, this is what I do. This is who I serve. This is it. Like either you like me or you don't. And I'm okay with either way.
What surprised me before I started working with so many fitness coaches was the diversity. Like some are very nutrition focused, like they're certified nutritionists, like they understand exactly how different things affect your body. Some came more from like being overweight themselves and getting into shape, and now they want to help people with that journey.
Right.
I have another new client who I'm just starting with who was like a bodybuilder type, and she wants to help people like who are not really overweight, but like not really in shape, and help them get like buffed.
I know.
All totally different.
Isn't it amazing? Like you're thinking fitness, it's like one thing, just lose weight and be happy, right?
Right.
But there's so many different like segments within that it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so we're going to dive into the training today. It is all about setting up recurring payments on the back end of Clickfunnels. This question was posted in a big group that I was in, and I thought it would be perfect if anyone in here is struggling with setting up those recurring payments. And I know there's not a lot of trainings out there on setting up payments in general on Clickfunnels or on the back of Clickfunnels. And so today, that's what you're going to get. And I'm going to work on Clickfunnels and through Stripe. So I don't necessarily do a lot with PayPal, if there's a chargeback, generally PayPal will always side with the client, whether they're on the right or the wrong. So I want something that's a little more substantial. So I go through Stripe. So let me share my screen. Okay, so here is, and Molly, let me know if at any point in time you can't see my screen. So here is the back end of Clickfunnels, and I have multiple funnels that I've built. We're going to go into my digital business one, which is not necessarily, it's teaching people, I know, hilarious. It's teaching people how to build lead pages as a landing page software. But because it's just a cheaper version than Clickfunnels. So go into your funnel, it has to be a checkout page or a purchase page or a sales page or something like that before you can even connect anything on the back end. Then you have to hit your products, because this is what actually shows up on the sales page. So if I go back here to the overview and I click we're going to check it out. Let's check out this sales page or this checkout page. So here's the checkout page. It's nothing much. We'll go to step 2. And this is where you see, like, here's the price of it. And this is what you're getting, right? If I click in, add that, then it adds in. This is the order bump. It adds that in. So on the back here, we want to go to the products and you create a new product so that you guys can see it as it's coming in or as you're adding it into your offer. So I have Stripe already connected to my ClickFunnels. So I'm going to make sure that I click that. You want to click payment plan, not the one-time off. And you cannot do a recurring payment on an order bump in ClickFunnels. So we're going to name the product. I'm going to name this test just so I know which one it is. Then you have to give it a price. Now, we have to go into Stripe before this will ever be finished. So you have to kind of work on both of them at the same time. So we're going to head over to Stripe, which is right here. Can you see my Stripe?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go to products and we're going to add a new product. We're going to name this testing product, just so I know which one to delete later. You add your description in, whatever description you want. You can have an image if you choose to. You do not have to. Then you're going to click the standard pricing, whatever price it is. We're going to say it's $5. And then we're going to click the recurring. It's billed monthly, or you can have it billed weekly or daily or however you want it to do. So if you have a yearly subscription, a 3-month, 6-month, or just, usually it's monthly. So that's what I do. This is optional. You do not have to fill it out. They'll just put a bunch of numbers there. But I like to put in my own ID on there. Then you just save the product. Now you have your product saved in there. It's a monthly. It's going to it's $5. I think it's $5. And this is the name of it. And it tells you like how many subscriptions you will have on the back end as well through this product. So now you have to copy your title that you gave it. So I'm going to copy the testing products. I'm going to go back to ClickFunnels. I'm going to put the name in here. We're going to do the $5 because that's what it was. Whoops, that is not $5. That is $5. Okay. So now we have the name of the product. We have the price in here. You do not have to add the shipping in because it's going to be a digital product. If it's another product that you have to ship out, then it will be a different format, a different method. But for right now today, we're just going to talk about the digital one. So now we're going to go down to the Stripe plan. The ID must match exactly. So we have, let's see, it is not coming up. Why are you not coming up? Probably because I started it before I had it done. Okay, so we're just going to hit a refresh. And we'll start again. So this is testing. $5. Go down to the Stripe plan. And why am I not having one? This is a little odd. Let's try it again. It's funny because it's not even giving me the option to refresh it. Okay, we're going to start a whole new one. We're going to go back to the checkout. I'm going to delete that testing one. We're going to start it all from scratch again. Now that we've created the product in Stripe. Payment plan. Save and next. Best product, $5. Exact plan. What the actual? Hay bales. I wonder if they did something in here. So let's. This is actually kind of funny. This is a heck of a training, huh? What happens when it doesn't go right? So we exact plan ID. Let's try this again. There we go. Clearly on Stripe. So I'm going to go back to the products and show you what I did to get it to come up. So we created the product. We named the product. We did the description on the product. You did the price, standard pricing, and then you put your price down. Make sure the recurring is highlighted. Then you have to do your ID, and then the price description. So you have to put in here that it is the title of whatever it is. That way you can find it when you're over here at this section on the back of Clickfunnels. So we're going to name it. We're going to go through this all over again. It's going to be $5. That's all we want it to be. You pick your pricing, whatever you need it to be. Then you go to the Stripe plan, because it has to be already created in Stripe as a product before you can tag it for recurring payment. So it's right here, testing product. This section here, say there's a payment plan and you only want them to make 4 payments of $2.99, or whatever payments that you have that is not going to continue past a certain amount. You would put in here, say it's 3 payments of $4.99. So it's a $1,500 product, 3 payments of $4.99. You're going to put 2 payments in here. It's going to be one less than your other one, because as soon as they pay, it's going to take the first payment out, and then you'll bill them 2 more times. So this is how you tell it to stop after a certain amount if you only want them to do a specific amount of payments. We want this one to continue going. This is a subscription plan, so they're going to be doing this $5 a month for perpetuity until they decide to cancel. This goes on their the credit card statement, so you can just say whatever it is your product is. Put that in there. You can put a description in if you choose to. You do not have to. If there's an inventory limit, you can put that on there. You do not have to. Then save and next. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the error button, I did. What are you talking about? I did. Must be filled greater than 0.
I think it's number of payments they wanted.
No, that's for if this here is where it stops. So like say there's only 3 payments.
Oh, okay.
This is where you'd put in that you wanted to charge 2 more after the initial one. So that's not the one. It's usually right here. And this isn't even where it should be showing up. This is normally somewhere else that it shows up, not here. So I don't know. Maybe it's just having a glitchy moment. What the actual F? I need to do that. Sometimes she's a little touchy. Oops.
Because then if there aren't multiple payments, how is it different than just doing a one-time payment?
Say that again.
If there aren't multiple payments, then how is it different than a one-time payment?
No, we set the recurring payment up on the back of Stripe.
Oh, okay.
And so when we put it in here, that's probably what I missed. It's a payment plan. So you have to click the payment plan or subscription.
And subscription is truly recurring, right? With no end date. And is payment plan just installments?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So don't you have to tell it how many installments?
You can. So if you're doing so if you're in the payment section and you're doing the subscription, that's just a recurring monthly or yearly or however you're going to do it. That's the subscription plan. The payment plan is like if you have, say it's 3 payments of $4.99, you would put 2 in the next section because that way you don't have more than 3 payments coming out because you usually charge the first one when they purchase at that moment. And then the one time it's one payment.
That was always a problem I had when I tried to do that directly in Stripe. Is Stripe I could do a subscription,
correct,
or I could do one-time payment, but it wouldn't let me do payment plan.
Correct.
And I would have to remember to turn it off, which I didn't always remember to do.
Correct, and that's the problem with a lot of them. So you can do it on the back of Clickfunnels and tell it when to stop. That's what this button here is. Well, it's not on this one because it's a subscription. I had it on payment plans before. So if we're going to go with payment plans, I don't know why it keeps going back to the one payment. Probably because I keep hitting the back button. So this is the one that has the payment number of payments. If you're going to do a payment plan, so after say 3 payments or 2 payments or however many payments, then it will stop. It'll keep all the information, let them keep all their access to everything, but it will stop taking the money from their account. If you do the subscription, it will just keep going. There's no payment stop points.
Right. Okay.
Because it's just a subscription.
And can you have on ClickFunnels both options where it's like I can either do the one-time payment or I could do payment plan?
Yeah. You just have to create a new product.
So you get people pick from 1 or 2 products then, essentially?
You could have them pick from 5 products if you wanted to.
That's how you'd set it up, though. Like it would be like,
Correct.
as a buyer, I'm picking product A or product B, and the difference is just the payment structure.
Correct. So if you wanted them to do like a one pay where they're paying like everything paid in full, you can have that option on there. And then you can have like a 2 pay or a 3 pay or a 4 pay or however many payment options you want to have. You just create a new product. But for every payment option that you have to, on the back of Stripe or in Stripe, you have to create it as a recurring payment. So you'd have to create each of those.
Got it. So then the communication.
No, you'd have to create one recurring one in Stripe, and then in ClickFunnels, you'd have to create new products for each one and tell it when to stop. But it would be different price points. You'd have to create one. Yes, you'd have to create a new one in Stripe too, for each price point. So if you have 3 payments of $49 or 2 payments of $75 or 1 payment of $150, you'd have to create those 3 different ones on the back.
Okay.
2 of them would be
every
recurring.
price option.
Yes. 2 of them be recurring and 1 of them would just be the paid in full option.
But I guess the difference is you don't have to tell Stripe how many of those payments, right? That's what ClickFunnels does. Is ClickFunnels knows I'm going to charge this 3 times or whatever.
Correct. Okay. Correct. Unless it's the recurring, unless it's an actual subscription and they're just it's monthly.
Indefinite, yeah.
And then it goes indefinitely until they decide to stop. So, okay. Let's go through this one more time. See if we can get this baby to work. And maybe I've got everything set up right now. Oh, geez, did it go bye-bye now? No, it's right there, right in front of my eyeballs. Jeez. Put in your, this is what shows up on their credit card. And if there's a trial period, you can set that in there. We're not doing trial period. It's $5. No sense in having a trial period on that one. You can create product variations. So let's say you have t-shirts or something like that, or hats or whatever, and you want to put in different colors or whatever. This is what you would click on, and you go through and fill all of this out. Okay. Or we won't click it on. It's totally fine too. Let's just go to the next one. I think certain things work. Depends upon what you click at the beginning. So if it's a subscription, then it disables a bunch of stuff. If it's a payment plan, then it disables and adds in different things. Or if it's a one-time payment, it disables and adds other things. Because you cannot have an order bump that's a payment plan or a subscription. And so that was taken off as well. You can have it if you have the Clickfunnels where the email fulfillment, you can click this to on, and you can have it automatically fulfill it right here in Clickfunnels. If they get access to a membership, you can click here to where they have access to the memberships and let them know. The Clickfunnels here will let it know that, hey, they have access to this. This is the email, and here's all the access information. I generally do it at the email section on the email platform for all of that. So just save and next. The follow-up actions here, I do use and utilize. So I always click those on. I run it to my active campaign, and then I always go to my list with tags. My list with tags. And so I just type which list, it's usually my main one, and then I type in whatever tag that I need it to go to. That way it keeps everything streamlined and it doesn't give them access without purchasing. And sometimes Clickfunnels will give them access without purchasing. So I'm going to put a tag in here. Where's my testing one? My test, save and next. Is this a physical product? No, it is not. If it is, you click it, and then how do you want it to be the shipping done? These are the only two that are in here. You can click it off and just have, I almost said Jumaji, but that's not the right word. The one where Zapier, where it takes and adds this to a spreadsheet, and then you can send the spreadsheet to your printer or to your whoever it does for your drop shipping or whatever it is. So you do not have to have this on. You do not have to use the people that they've chosen. Keep it off, click next. And then this is the summary. So this is what's happening. This is the product type. It is a subscription. Here's the product name. We named it test product. It's $5 every month. This is what displays on the order form. Testing product. There's no bump product because you cannot have one. It cannot be a bump product. There's no trial days. It's just straight payment. There's no affiliate stuff, and the active campaign stuff here as well. Letting it know where it's going. So we're going to return to the product list, and you'll see the three here now. So now we have the digital business bundle, the funnel audit, and then the test product. So if we go to the overview and click onto the page, we will now see three options. There's the test product. So we can do the test product or the digital business bundle. And the only way that these will come up differently is if you have payment plans. So you can have a couple different payment plans on there, but for one main product, you can only have one. So hope that helped with on the back end, connecting your Stripe to your Clickfunnels with a recurring payment option. And yeah, did you have any questions?
Okay.
Like, nope, I asked along the way.
No, I kept interrupting whenever I had
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. So, yeah, if you don't have any other questions on it or anything like
All right.
that, thank you so much for joining me. And I can't wait to train again next week.
All right. Have a good day.
You as well. Bye. Where's my testing one? My test, save and next. Is this a physical product? No, it is not. If it is, you click it, and then how do you want it to be the shipping done? These are the only two that are in here. You can click it off and just have, I almost said Jumaji, but that's not the right word. The one where it, Zapier, where it takes and adds this to a spreadsheet, and then you can send the spreadsheet to your printer or to your whoever it does for your drop shipping or whatever it is. So you do not have to have this on. You do not have to use the people that they've chosen. Keep it off, click next. And then this is the summary. So this is what's happening. This is the product type. It is a subscription. Here's the product name. We named it test product. It's $5 every month. This is what displays on the order form. Testing product. There's no bump product because you cannot have one. It cannot be a bump product. There's no trial days. It's just straight payment. There's no affiliate stuff, and the active campaign stuff here as well. Letting it know where it's going. So we're going to return to the product list, and you'll see the 3 here now. So now we have the digital business bundle, the funnel audit, and then the test product. So if we go to the overview and click onto the page, we will now see three options. There's the test product. So we can do the test product or the digital business bundle. And the only way that these will come up differently is if you have payment plans. So you can have a couple different payment plans on there, but for one main product, you can only have one. So hope that helped with on the back end, connecting your Stripe to your ClickFunnels with a recurring payment option. And